Volvo 240 at the junkyard. It's beautiful. This wiring harness, beautiful. Everything looks beautiful except for the bottom. Has got a big leak going inside. It's got the M47 with the 5-speed. Gosh, this car's beautiful. Look at that paint. Paint is perfect. I've never seen a 240 with just absolutely perfect paint. Well, let's see. There's no corrosion, deterioration in here, which is a really common spot. So I'm thinking I'm gonna pull this one out and keep it as a collection. The only thing different between this harness from an 87 240 and my harness in the 83 is the air mass meter pins are a little bit different. So you can always repin that, throw in this harness, because mine's got electrical tape on it, which is a sure sign of work. It's been done, and I can't guarantee that it's been good work. There it is. There it is. It looks like a mess, but yeah, I guess it went okay. The hardest thing is fitting it around this bracket here, because the harness wraps around the bottom of the crank and goes over there. I'm going to reroute it because I don't want it to get all that heat. But we'll figure out what to do there. I removed the intake manifold just for simplicity. Kind of wraps around itself a few times there. This is what a disassembled Volvo manual transmission looks like. It's actually really quite cool. You've got all the gears, the synchro gears here. That's usually what gives you a hard shift. I think it's beautiful. One of the most beautiful things in a car. I got this just in time. I was wondering why my headlights weren't working lately, so I went to the junkyard, and just before sunset, I managed to pick up another light switch. So I'm changing out my headlight switch here in the parking lot. Sacre bleu! This car is disgusting! Look at all this mess in the hair and the animals' drools on the windows. So what you're seeing here is everything that was in the back seat of the car just a few moments ago. That's a lot of stuff. You can see all the papers. You can see all the spare junk. You got a couple of Volvo green books, pile of receipts, a Volvo block heater over there in the blue box, box full of air mass meters, a couple of headlight bezels, interior trim pieces, toothpicks, old gum, you name it, it's here and it's ready for you. So yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. I get to sort it all out using these here plastic baggies and find out what I need, what I don't, what I could sell, and what I should keep.
Alright, so I got everything out, and now it's time to put in the new carpeting pieces. So let's just pull this one out and... I see. Alright, back to organizing, I guess. Okay, here's all of the stuff. I'm pretty sure we have a lifetime supply of timing belts, serpentine belts, and coolant hoses, radiator, heater, etc. There's a little bit of rust down in here. That kind of bothers me, but yeah, it's not the first time I've had to deal with the rust on this part of the 240s. I'll just replace that butt cheek. Over on this side, it's looking a little bit better. It doesn't seem to have penetrated terribly. Looks like there's a spot here that's sort of covered. Yep, I'm sure that behind that lurks a hole, which is why all that funny looking silicone's out on the outside of the butt cheek there. Alright, now let's vacuum it. Whew! This is hard work. Guys, I can't tell you how good this feels. Man, I love cleaning. It's too bad it takes so long on this particular vehicle, but it really does pay off in the end. Yeah. I haven't cleaned this part yet, in case you're wondering. We're about to get to that. Take a long, hard look. It's going to be a lot better in a moment. Alright, so I've pulled the seats out, and I just want you guys to see all of this animal hair. It's a lot. But hey, at least he wasn't a smoker, right? Okay,
Okay, carpets are out, shampooed. They're currently drying out in the sun. And everything else is getting cleaned in the meantime as well. And now onto the task of changing out the hatch. Hey, it's almost 5 o'clock. Carpets are dry. Still a bit dusty, but I'm gonna vacuum that out. Lots of dog hair still attached. But man, it's so much better than it was before. I had a lot of issues with the hatch. Some of the wires were grounding out. The incredible thing about Volvo is that they have these connectors. So the main engine harness goes all the way to the back, up to here. And then up at this point, there's a connector which then goes through the hinge and into here and subsequently into the components back here. But these wires are made of the high quality insulation, and as soon as it hits that junction over there, they start getting all crumbly and crappy, like the engine harness. So at least they made it work where it counts, because if everything was that crumbly, it would just be a pain in the butt. So, already having the windows clean makes this car look 1,000 times better. See, if I would have started there, I would have felt like I'd done a lot more, but since it was one of the last things I did, it sort of paid off in the end. We just had ourselves a lovely good snowstorm. I think he's trying to move forward. And I'm here pulling apart this guy. Oh man, I hate this thing. It's all of the options for the vacuum booster, and it's just a real pain in the butt because I have a vacuum leak and my defroster's not working, the windows are fogging, and I can't go anywhere. So, we gotta figure that out. Volvo 240 problems. In honor of the new snow that we've received, I'm sticking on some winter tires. Studded, decent tread. We'll see how it holds up tonight. Well, you guys know I just can't leave well enough alone. I just had to paint those wheels. One can of Plastidip, a little chrome polish, and it looks good. It's very important after you do any sort of off-roading to get all the mud out from under the car as soon as possible, because it just gets stuck in the surfaces between suspension parts, between bearings, between the steering rack, various control arms, things like that, and it's just messy, and it's, you know, it's going to be a big cause of problems in the future. A lot of rust on these cars is actually caused from dirt that builds up in places, which is a fine example of why I should have a mud flap on this side. You can see how the butt cheek here is covered in mud, whereas this side, ironically the worst of the rusty butt cheeks, was protected by the mud flap. And I just painted my new wheels, so might as well keep them clean.